What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I've been taking a much needed break from the cycle, but I've been paying attention to what's been going on. For those of you who may not know, a lot has been going on in the Gotham Knight space, and I didn't know if I wanted to bring, just maybe simple updates at this time. I was taking a break, but that doesn't mean I like to really go ahead and have these interactions with you guys here in the community and drop some things that I find. But I just thought, why not do a huge info dump, and we'll just take it in this one video and you guys can see some of the things that are happening in the background. So for those of you who may not even know, there are a number of people that do a lot of work on Twitter that really do tag me in these discussions and conversations and things that are out there. And I want to give a shout out to Suspicions Tension 19, aka George, for all the work that you have been doing and basically keeping in touch with a lot that's going on in this game and tagging me and some other people. So I appreciate you and the other coalition. Thank you so much for the work, because honestly, there's so much to keep up with and it's insane. I think this is more of a community effort as we're looking at these things. So let's look at April 27th, because that's the more recent date regarding this subject matter. A post is here saying it seems like there are 6 hidden packages for the game, as basically these are some snapshots of some of the Steam app data that shows that the game has been in some level of beta testing or playing. This is actually pretty cool, because if you think about it, if you come down to it, you have to go ahead and say, well, I mean, how is this game going right now? What is the progress of the development? And it seems to me like there's more and more talk about and whispers about the game playing. So this may be from game testers, this may be from focus groups, but nonetheless, it's nice to see that this is something that's out there. We're looking at October, it's already May, and before you know, time is going to continue to, creep little by little, and we're going to be at that point where, we're going to be talking about this game in its release form. So that's really nice to see. Another interesting thing was the rating of Gotham Knights. This is April 29th, and PlayStation Universe is basically the main source, but Suspicion Tension and some of the other folk basically dumped it on here. And apparently the Gotham Knights Taiwan version, or it was rated in Taiwan for the PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and the last gens were not mentioned. But I don't think this is a cause for concern. We already know from the developers, the official cables, that Gotham Knights is set to release on all the generations of consoles, basically from last gen to this gen. I mean, when I say all, I'm not talking about everything, even the Xbox 360. Let's not confuse that, but I'm talking about the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and then all the way through here, PC. And we don't know about Stadia yet. We don't know about Amazon's, platform. And I guess that's something that we'll probably see down the road if it's actually available. So this is something that we definitely have to take, into consideration. But it's really cool that the rating is starting to, become much more broadened and ubiquitous. The last time we saw a rating, it was in the UK. And I think that's where we got that rating of about, mature 18 or something like. I can't necessarily remember, but that's actually cool that we now have the rating in 2 regions. And so that's actually pretty, it's pretty crisp. I think it's actually cool. But there is something that's quite interesting. There's talk right now that the Xbox, showcase, the Xbox Bethesda showcase might, show something, but I don't necessarily know if that's something I want to make a connection for. But it is in June, and it's, seemingly in the timeline where the summer events are going to be going on. So there is talk that in June, around that time, we might be seeing some more in terms of maybe a gameplay trailer, maybe some kind of a, announcement, or maybe some kind of a beta announcement for testing or servers and all that may be available during that time period. Now, this is something that we just have to wait and see. I mean, it's not saying that it's out of the question. I mean, what's the craziness? June, July, August, September, October, in 5 months, Gotham Knights should arrive. So there's nothing crazy in seeing them actually doing something, in the 5-month pre-release mark. So that's something that's actually, really cool. But at the end of the day, though, all of this only goes to serve that, the wait has been somewhat worthwhile in terms of the way the community has been approaching the, the entire release of the game. Yes, it was not necessarily the most conducive marketing, but we are seeing that Warner Brothers and this, the whole merger is going through a lot. Jason Kilar is no longer the, CEO of Warner Media, or the top brass at Warner Media, and has left. So we don't know how that affects things. There's chatter within the environment here, low key saying something about potentially the Warner Brothers game studios are being shopped around for potential buyer. Just so much is going on, and I start to see why this game and many Warner Brothers IP and games have been delayed. There have been, in my opinion, a series of management crises. And I'm not saying that it was the managers. I'm just saying that the circumstances have just tossed these ventures back and forth, and here we are. We probably almost didn't get this game. I'm not certain how what measure of fortune we basically encountered in getting this game, and even the Suicide Squad game and the Wonder Woman game. These games are going to be, in a sense, hanging on whoever is willing to take them on. I mean, you guys saw Square Enix basically sell off Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and the studios that make them. I mean, this is not, in my opinion, something that is out of the question for Warner Brothers. They could get their IPs and their studios basically, moved to another company that's interested in buying them, or maybe they might wait for this cycle of game development to finish and then eventually start to shop around for development firms that are willing to take on some of their IPs. I think that is a better option. We can talk about that in a separate video. But for now, I would love to hear your thoughts based on everything so far. What is your, temperature regarding Gotham Knights? Are you still, kind of on track, keeping an eye out, waiting? Are you excited? Whatever it is you're feeling, let me know in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. I appreciate you guys so much, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Peace out.